13岁的他梦想着登上欧洲国际足坛。
我的家人很支持我，最好的回应就是更努力证明我们新加坡的足球队也有能力。
这梦想是他们的，家长只能够当他们最好的啦啦队。
He had broken his shoulder. I asked him, why do you want to race? Isn't it so painful?
9年的青春，赛车跑道上奔驰，他梦想着成为1级方程式的赛车手。
I know my parents are always there to support me. It's good to know what they put in or what you have to give to pay that back.
我是潘文泽，今年13岁。我5岁开始踢足球，
没有数过你进了多少粒球？
大概50粒吧。
进球的感觉
很开心。
So we ready for the session?
Yes!
Okay. We're gonna start with passing drill, and then we're gonna go with AV8 situation.
潘文泽是足球校队的成员，每星期1、3、5都会密集参与训练，为1年1度的全国校际运动比赛准备。
我要在 National School Games 里面踢进7粒球，我也要拿到冠军。
文泽是中一新生，学校的足球队过去5年都排名在8强以内。要成为校队主力没那么容易。之前选拔加入球队，他因为脚踝受伤无缘参加试练，几乎连球队也进不了。
我被选的原因是因为当我的教练看到了我的视频，他觉得我进球的能力很好。然后他也叫我一个 fox in the box。
He's a goal poacher. In the box, he's very clinical. He knows where to be at certain times to just finish off. It's very hard to find nowadays, especially for a striker, you know.
有了天分，有时还是难以圆梦。阿里教练训练过不少青年足球员，很清楚想走职业道路，前方布满荆棘。
Papers in Singapore's qualifications are very important, and you have to make sure that at the end of the day you have that qualification to support you. So a back injury, you can just go retire at a very young age.
足球是一项高风险的接触性运动。文泽的父亲潘伟胜，他全力支持孩子追梦，也时刻担心他会受伤。
有一次他有一个骨折，那时候还蛮担心的。
我就感到很失望，也有点生气，因为我会失去了很多的机会。
我们有问他到底还敢不敢，还想不想踢球。
我觉得我会更小心，可是我不会害怕。
他答案还是一样的，所以我们就坚决说就是支持他。
My name is Christian Ho. I started racing from 7. I think some of the misconceptions of the sport is that people only win because of the fastest car, which I don't really think is the case. And my dream is to go to Formula 1. start from karting. There's F4 Italian, F4 Spain, and the level above is usually either Formula Regional or Euro Cup, which is the category that I'm in currently.
Christian Ho, but Ho has the advantage, and it's looking great for the Singaporean.
And then the step after that usually is FIA Formula 3, and right after that FIA Formula 2, and then right after that is Formula 1.
And the Singaporean Christian Ho takes his first win in Euro Cup 3.
A goal that I set myself to make it to Formula 1 is around 27, 28, and that is if I win or finish top 3 in every single championship up until Formula 1.
Christian Ho, second win of the season, absolutely brilliant this weekend.
经过了7年的努力，上百场比赛，何宗宪终于在2023年夺得4级方程式赛车赛季的亚军，成为有史以来表现最好的新加坡赛车手。
And the gold winners trophy for race winner Christian Ho.
I think I really developed an interest when I was around 4 or 3 years old because my dad was really into Formula 1 and I always watched the Formula 1 races with him. And I think in around 2014, I went to my first Grand Prix in Singapore. I think that really motivated me to try and pursue my goals.
在2015年，我就看到 Christian 跟他父亲在一起在这边，然后我看到他在开车，然后我看到他非常的有这个热情在赛车里面。是看到现在这些年轻人像 Christian， 爸爸妈妈会支持他们。没有父母亲呢，他就没有今天，因为要去到意大利去读书，然后去参加这种比赛，非常多钱，还有非常多一个时间的一个 sacrifice 来做得到这个事情，是不这么容易。Hi Christian, how are you? How's your racing been?
All right, not too bad. I'm flying to Europe this week, to Spain, to prepare for my race in Paul Ricard in France.
张林康表示，想要成为顶尖赛车手的最大障碍，其实并非金钱。
赛车不是这么简单，很多人以为只是爬进那个车去开车，不是。是赛车太多东西了，有车有车队，很多样东西，还要看他的 luck， 这是一个很难的一个梦想。但是现在他的表现也不错。在方程式的比赛里面还能够得到冠军，那我们说这是一个很骄傲的事情。All in the mind, how much you want.
When I first stepped into a kart, it felt like it was part of my body. The exhilaration that you get from racing, I think the power that you feel, I think that's what motivates me to be better, to be one of the best. And I know I have to beat all of the guys at the top to be the best.
"何宗宪今年18岁，除了忙着实现成为职业赛车手的梦想，他也在为2年后的 A 水准会考做准备。
I think it has been quite hard because, especially in my O levels, the same weekend I had my race, and like at the midpoint of the exam, I had to go fly for my race, and yeah, that kind of hurt my grade a little bit. Looking back on that race as well, I think that's the race that cost me the championship that year because I think I missed out by like 20 points.
Christian Ho is fourth, and we had several retirements towards.
If I make it to Formula 2 and I have exams that same year, it will be really hard to juggle because I think they go everywhere. They go to Australia, Bahrain, Qatar.
学业和赛车两难全，但何宗宪从没想过放弃学业。
Firstly, I'm Asian as well. First, because it's not a guarantee that I'm going to make it to Formula 1. Only 20 drivers make it to Formula 1.
You know your A levels is going to be in 2 years. So what kind of expectations are you going to set for yourself?
At least A for every subject.
Okay, that's good. Isn't it A stars?
Only for you.
I mean, I'm a typical mom who wants my child to study, do well in school. For me, I was against it because I wanted him to grow up the way a typical Singaporean would, especially when he was thriving in this environment.
只不过，何宗宪的母亲李好珍在7年前却做了一个亚洲妈妈的非典型决定。为了让儿子更好的发展，她辞去了工作，独自一人带着他移居意大利。
I think what made me change my mind was when he was 11, we were racing in the UK and he had a very big accident there. He had broken his shoulder. I asked him, I said, Christian, why do you want to race? Like, you just broke your shoulder, isn't it so painful? He just looked at me and he said, Mommy, you love shopping. If you broke your leg while you're shopping, would you stop shopping? And I was like, I realized an 11-year-old boy can tell me racing is his passion, and he would do it again even though he had broken his shoulder. That's when I decided, okay, I just have to accept him and support him.
How many laps is it in total?
30 minutes.
30?
Plus 1 lap.
I think as parents, we want to just do the best we can for our children. And for Christian, we have been blessed to be able to support him in his passion, and we believe in him.
I don't try to think of it as a stress. I think I try to think of it more as a support. And yeah, I have to pay it back to them as well, which is why I think I have to win this year also.
What are you doing?
潘家父子俩都是英格兰足球俱乐部利物浦的粉丝，文泽也希望有朝一日能够披上这支球队的红色战袍。
我们至少要300,000 just to go there to study
对。
要进入欧洲名门球队，除了才干和努力，家长也得准备一笔不少的资金来圆孩子的梦。
如果他真的是想当一个全职的足球员来说的话，去国外发展是必须的一个目标跟过程，因为这样他才能够以足球来谋生。起初我们是很难接受，因为毕竟在新加坡的这个环境，学业跟文凭其实是一个很重要的一个道路啊。我们不能说，因为他想要当足球员，他的梦想就不是梦想。我们必须就是 respect。
如果以足球的方面来说的话，爸爸就是我的教练，因为他一直教我怎么样进步。他有时候也是我的粉丝，因为他一直支持我。
运动员精益求精，除了靠自己，也要找到好教练。3年前，潘伟胜夫妇偶然认识到一位私人教练，刚好可以帮助文泽加强射门技巧。
在训练里，他会教我在不同的情况下怎么进球。
As long as your this the post, the ball will go in. Good. Out of your feet, finish. His left foot and his right foot is better now. It's just like I discussed with Mr. Puah. It's about just application at times. When we train, get it out, finish. We must try to apply in every matches. So I think slowly he's doing it now, and I think he's improving. Fortunately, my parents were always there to support, and I see Mr. Puah and Mrs. Puah is always there to support me. You know, with their parents' support, I think the kid will go very far. If he keeps on learning, he keeps on training hard, and I think he's disciplined enough. So hopefully, I would want to see him play professionally one day.
我可能会放弃我的足球梦，就是因为我可能受到很严重的伤。除了受伤之外，我没有想到其他原因让我放弃这个愿望。
Okay, quarter game SAI, probably our most difficult opposition. But with that being said, the pressure is on them, but not on us. Okay, so let's try to clarify the back.
全国校际运动会的足球项目共有77所学校参赛。潘文泽是校队的前锋球员，目标是带领球队夺冠。
If they pressure you, just play like you know, play the ball to your side. 我们现在要去 SGI 比赛， 今天的比赛很重要。如果我们今天赢了，我们就会在小组的第一，然后会 advance to the next stage。我们的对手 SGI 很强，所以我有点紧张。可是我知道我们可以赢的。
Trust your teammates. Trust the process. Time to rise.
You can push whenever you want. Okay.
If he wants to catch me, then he just goes faster.
I know.
Let's see us push too fast, eh?
I know.
I'm doing simulator. This is preparation for Red Bull Ring in Austria. I haven't been to Red Bull Ring, so this is a way for me to learn the track.
西班牙瓦伦西亚的坎波斯车队基地，这里是宗宪目前的第2个家。每逢比赛周末的1个星期前，何宗宪都会去基地报到，和车队一起进行训练。
The season so far has been pretty bad. I think I've DNF'd every single race because of mechanical failures, not from me. Trying to bounce back from this and try to come back stronger.
I think first weekend didn't allow us to show our true pace or our potential. So I'm really looking forward for Red Bull Ring because I think we can do a really good job there.
I think his driving technique is really precise. I think he has a lot of talent, he has a lot of speed, natural speed. The next race is probably the most important of the year.
Everybody's goal in the team should be to try and win everything this weekend and try to get as many points as possible to close the gap to the guy at the top at the moment.
Compared to some other guys, I don't think I'm the most talented, but being slower than others when I was younger really helped me because I've always been in the process of catching up with somebody else. And I think I'm pretty used to that now.
Hello, Ma. How are you, Mommy?
I'm good. Mommy, how are you? Is your throat feeling better?
I think it's nice knowing that people are supporting you no matter what, even during the down times or the up times, even like when I crash or when I have a bad race.
Are you going on your simulator now?
No, I'm going for lunch first. Then I have my school interview thing later as well.
Oh yes, it's today. Can you not forget?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even know what I wanted at 30-something years old. So for him to know what he wants at 11 years old and now he's 17, I mean, I'm so proud of him, you know.
Okay, 안녕 엄마, bye-bye.
Bye.
今天的球赛，文泽并不是首发球员，但是爸爸还是到场支持。
虽然说暂时我们不占优势，可是我相信足球只要继续玩，一定会有机会。当然，我希望教练能够尽量把他派下场，能够帮助队友。
我大概8岁的时候，我看到了一场比赛，感到激励人心。我就看到了那些粉丝很努力的为新加坡足球队打气，我看到了也有很多人为我打气，所以就决定了要当一个专业的足球员。这是我个人的梦想，带新加坡进世界杯。当然，这件事是很难实现，可是我会尽量的努力为新加坡争光。
Now need to step up.
Oi boys, let's
Can
play our
play,
style.
play, don't be afraid, play.
有时看到不好的表现，其实有一些很烦躁，然后有时也是会想一想，到底他有没有这个方面的天赋。可是每次就要提醒自己，其实他们还很小，他们是还在成长，所以必须给他们那成长的那个空间。
经过90分钟的奋斗，这场比赛丹荣加东中学最终以5-0败北。
有点伤心，可是我们会在这场比赛学到了很多东西，下次会做得更好。 这个星期四我们还有一个比赛，我们一定要 win。
成功与否并不重要，我觉得说人为父母，其实当看到小孩能够这么成熟，我觉得我们家长的任务其实已经是达成了。
Lights come on here at the Red Bull Ring, and we are racing. A perfect start from
Singaporean sports right now is at a high level, but not the highest level, and especially in racing, where I don't think many Singaporeans have gone to the top.
Not a great start at all for Christian Ho, who's tucked back into the mix.
So I think that's what I want for myself, to be the first Singaporean to make it to Formula One and try to win as well, because I want to make it look like Singapore is a winning country.
Christian Ho, a fine drive in second place.
It's not winning one time, I think it's winning consistently. When you have somebody that wins consistently, I think that's when the winning mentality brews in the country.
The second time this season, Christian Ho takes the checkered flag here at Portimao.
And that's what I hope to bring.